And welcome to the TTG podcast. My name is Brandon, your host for the day, and today is a very special edition of TTG. I have a comedy celebrity on with me today. I have the man himself, Soul Joel from Soul Joel Productions. Joel, thank you for being on the program with me. Yep. Can you hear me? Joel?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
All right, man. Hey, I want to thank you
Yep.
very much for coming on the show, man. This guy puts on one of the best comedy shows out there. He's all over the place. He's constantly making everybody laugh. He's just a really great guy. I've actually met this guy several times. Joel, so how'd you get into the comedy business, man?
I was actually going back to school to get my master's in business management, and a couple of my friends just told me to go and try stand up, and that was 9 years ago in May. And a year later, I had a show someone canceled. It was like a lame excuse of some DJ in New Jersey, and I had like reconnected with people on MySpace, and I literally never wanted to be in that situation again where wasn't in control, and I had friends coming out that were counting on me, and they had to change their plans. So I just started producing my own shows, and I haven't looked back 8 years later.
Yeah, that's really awesome, man. So now Joel actually does the actual production himself. I've actually seen this guy at Earhart's a bunch of times. Where else do you play, Joel? Where else do you? I know you usually. I mean, I've seen you many times. I've never seen the same act twice. So where do you like run a
Yeah,
basically like a circuit or?
yeah. I've had a reform soldier.
No.
Friday night.
You're breaking up, man, pretty bad. We can't even make you out on this end.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, it was weird because we were fine until we went live.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Yeah, it's like your downstream for some reason is I don't know what it is. It's really weird. So okay, let me ask you the question again. I can always edit the show after. It's not a big deal. So like I said, so you
Do,
run like a
do you want me? Do you want me to close on my?
yeah. See, yeah. It's like the audio's cutting out on you for some
Sure.
reason. I think it's your feed. I think it's the feedback because when you're talking, you're getting it. Like, see how I'm wearing headphones? If you were wearing headphones, I think you wouldn't get the feedback.
Yeah, yeah.
Because right now you're
Huh.
talking and I'm not hearing you.
Um. Okay. Do you want me to close like some applications on my? Is it my computer?
It might be.
All right. I hear you fine now.
Okay. Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Okay. So I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to try to? Do you want me to do
No,
anything?
you're good, man. I'm trying to work. I'm working on it on my end. So, like I said, while I'm working on the tech end on this side, so tell us, like I said, what do you run like do you run? What clubs do you run normally?
Yeah. So my company, Soul Joel Productions, bring comedy to places. So like Earhart's that we do a couple times a year. Um, all my shows, we've had over 400 comedians work for us, are basically Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, but we've done shows in 14 different states, and we created our own circuit. So I bring the show to you.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna turn off the video on my end to see maybe if it's my video. So hold on one second. I'm gonna turn the video off on my end to see if that fixes it, because we may have a bandwidth issue. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a big delay on your end coming back for some reason. I don't know if it's your Wi-Fi connection or what. So I don't know because remember you moved before the show went live, so I was thinking maybe you might have had a better connection over in the other room or something. Maybe you're far away from your router or something.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Do you think so? Should I go back into that room?
Yeah, go back in that. We weren't having a problem in that room. You might be just maybe having a Wi-Fi lag or something. It happens. Yeah, see if you can bring me back to the other room. It happens sometimes. Don't worry about it. That's what audio editing is for.
Okay. Yeah. All right, is it better now?
Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. I can. Yeah, that seems pretty clear now. So you run normally like the Connecticut area and New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. You have quite a few good headliners. I actually just saw Gemini. You had him up here by me a few weeks ago. He was a phenomenal vancologist. He was really great.
Yeah, yeah, and I have Kevin Brennan coming next week, um, the 27th of March, and he's had his own HBO special, and he was used to be a writer for SNL, and he's phenomenal. He tours all over the country. I'm lucky enough where comedians like working with me. They're always fun shows, and different comedians will refer me to other guys, and that's kind of how it works. Like any other business, it's just all about marketing, and networking.
Now let me ask a question. And this is, I guess, a question I just got tweeted back from my fans. They wanted to know how do you get into the comedy business? That's what somebody just tweeted me back.
It's tough, man. I mean, I actually help people and groom talent, and people can contact me if they wanted me to help. But it's definitely a tough road. You got to start doing some open mics and getting comfortable because people try to do comedy and you for a reason because you're funny, but it takes years and years and years to be as funny as you are in your living room as you are on stage. Because when you're on stage, you want people to like you in order to laugh at you, and that's pretty hard. If the crowd doesn't know you, you only get 5-10 minutes at first, so it's very 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 difficult. But you always got to pursue your dreams.
So let me ask you a question, though, man. Now, have you ever had a situation where you were on stage and things just weren't connecting, things just weren't clicking for you?
If any comedian ever says that they've never had that situation, they'd be lying to themselves. Every comedian goes through it where, you know, and I actually learned this from the comedian that I'm bringing next week as well, Josh Spear, that you can't treat every night the same, every audience the same, every venue the same. You got to go up there with an adaptability, almost being like a chameleon to adapt to any kind of situation. Because sometimes, you go up there with a lot of high energy and the crowd's just kind of mellow. You got to meet them in the middle. You can't always try to force what you think is working. And the comedians that are able to best adapt, no one wants to hear a joke you've done 5,000 times. So you got to definitely make sure that you appeal to every audience and don't treat it like a job, even though it's a fun job.
Yeah. Now let me ask you another question, Joel. Now I've seen you probably live 6, 7, 8 times. You never do the same show twice. How do you keep it fresh? I guess is what I'm not trying to find out.
Well, yeah, that's for me. I mean, I enjoy just being a producer and putting this whole show together, being the event planner. So I go up there with a couple of comedians that used to mentor me. They call it going up there with like house money. I don't put any pressure on myself. I know I have two comedians that are behind me that are going to be really good. So I try to live in the moment as much as possible, like I just mentioned, kind of adapt to each crowd, and just talk to them because I've done just like you. I've done years of radio, and going up there to host a show is nothing but an interview back and forth with the crowd. So, and if you give people enough rope, they usually hang themselves. You just got to make sure you're hitting on the right person that gives you the best answers.
Now let me ask you another question. Now you you've been doing this for about 6 years or so. You go on, you see all these different comedy clubs. You have all these different acts that you bring with you all over the place. Um, is there any one particular guy that is like your go-to guy that you think is like, if you have a place to go, you're gonna grab him, or all your guys you consider just as good as the next?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually funny. In May, I can't believe it's going to be 9 years that I've been doing this and producing for 8. Uh, all the guys that I work with. I mean, if I were to mention a few names, um, I'd be leaving people out. And I hire good guys first, good people, I should say, because I do hire female comedians as well. But um, good people first, and because if they're interacting with my crowd and fans afterwards, I like and enjoy hanging out with good people and surrounding myself with that. And you can't be Derek Jeter and go 4 for 4 every night. Some comedians are gonna have off nights just like any other professional, but the guys that you use that are gonna have high averages, or it always ends up working out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I got to tell you, like I said, and I will say this because I've seen you probably every time you're in the area. I see you. It's always a great show. It's always a good time. It's always a night out. And Joel, I got to tell you, one thing I've noticed about you, whether you have the smallest crowd or the largest crowd, you guys always give a good show. It's not like, it's a small crowd, let's just half-ass it. You guys always put on a great show, no matter what kind of crowd we have at the local place up here. So I can only imagine you do the same everywhere, and it's really great.
Oh, absolutely, man, and that's what doing comedy is great, is the fact that we bring the show to you, so you don't have to go to a big city, whether it's Philadelphia or New York. We bring the show to you. So, and that's what people are really surprised that you can go to a local place and still get good entertainment.
So Joel, I mean, you do this. You've been doing this. You said a full time, right? You've completely gone with corporate America. You do comedy pretty much full time now.
Yeah, and that's where you got the 6 year answer. In May it'll be 6 years that I walked away from corporate America.
Let me tell you, man, that's really awesome. Now you actually used to do a radio show as well, correct?
Yeah, I used to do. I stopped it about 2 years ago, but I used to do a show for 5 years called The Comedy Point. It was a comedy-based talk show, and used to interview comedians and had different bands on and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun.
Any reason why you gave it up, or just don't have the time?
Yeah, it's kind of a time issue. I'm kind of focusing all my energies on producing comedy shows now. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and let me tell you, you had the last time we were up. Who was the gentleman that was the last time you were up here? I forget his name. The bald guy. I forget. He's the second.
Craig Lloyd.
Craig Lloyd. Let me tell you, he was funny as anything, because he started talking about being married with kids and Dancing with the Stars and all that type of stuff. And I was saying to myself, I can. No, he was talking about dance moms and all. And you just laugh, because there's certain guys like that you just can relate to, Like, I'm married, I have a little one, and it just, certain guys like that you just hit, the nail right on the head,
Yeah, and that's why, as a producer, I always put different guys on the same show, because I want everyone to walk home and they loved one of the comedians, and not everyone's the same. So chances are you're gonna enjoy the whole show, but everyone always has their favorite.
Yeah. Now I notice you always seem to come out and warm the crowd up for the next guy.
Yep. Yeah. I really never have aspirations or goals to be like a headliner comedian. I just like to go up there and play around with the crowd a little bit and have a little bit of fun. I don't ever want to close the show out. I just like being the host.
Any reason why, or it's just you? That's just you'd rather produce?
Yeah, I'm just focusing on the business end of it and just kind of producing. And a lot of people always say, "Am I going to try and do comedy tonight?" What I'm doing up there is still comedy, but it's I never want to be like the feature or the headliner.
And let me tell you, sometimes, man, putting everybody together and getting everybody there on time is sometimes more stressful than telling jokes.
Oh, absolutely, man. And Earhart's does a really good job up there. I mean, it's a family-run business. I think it's fourth generation now. It's a lot of fun right on the lake and Lake Wallenpaupack, and they have such good food. I've never had anything that's been bad. Food is always on point. The bartender, the staff is really nice. The managers. It's one of the best gigs that I have, and I really look forward to doing it. And the comics always stay and hang out and enjoy the audience afterwards too, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys, now you're from New Jersey originally, right?
Yeah, South Jersey.
South Jersey. So you guys got a little ride up to come to the mountains up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, that's what we do. A couple weekends ago, we were down in Annapolis, Maryland. We travel all around. Like I said, we bring the show to you. Next weekend, we're going to Atlantic City, so we're going to be at Harris.
Oh, nice. I just got a message from a local person. Actually, they said they want Angel to come back again.
Check it out. Angel. Yeah, we'll try to get him again next year, man.
Yeah, he was a trip, man. Let me tell you, he was really good. I think everybody liked him. I haven't seen any female comedians up here though.
Yeah, no, you know what? We're gonna try to get a female comic. I've only had male comics up there, but we'll try to mix it up for next year. Because this is the last show. Next Friday night is the last show of the season, and then we'll come back again next winter. Now,
Joel, do you ever look into possibly getting? It's only because I'm asking because I just got the tweet. Have you ever thought about any other places in Pennsylvania? Any other places anybody could see you in your act up in Pennsylvania? Or you just kind of sticking with the local place?
Well, I mean, we do Earhart's, but we have the people want to come down. We do the Valley Forge Casino in King of Prussia, which it's probably about 2 hours, but nothing that's in the Poconos in that immediate area. But if you have someone that wants to hire me, we'll come up.
Yeah, I was just asking because somebody had just said to me we're Alton, PA, and King of Prussia. I know this person, and they're fairly close. So Joel, I don't want to hold you up, but I just want to, if you can just tell everybody where they can find your information.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to facebook.com/SJPcomedy. And let's just launch my brand new website. It's sjpcomedy.com. And then, you can look me up on all my Facebook and Twitter. My personal accounts are all linked to my website.
Joel, I want to thank you very much for coming on, giving us a good interview, man. And like I said, I'll see you probably in about 2 weeks.
Thanks, brother. Looking forward to it, man. Thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks a lot for coming on. Take care.
Later, brother.
Yep.